Hi, fire signs. Welcome to your reading. This is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. If you're an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this reading is for you. This is for Friday, March 13th, 2020. And if you watch this at another time, that's completely fine too. But this reading, like I said, is for the fire signs. And if you're a moon or a rising or a sun sign in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, then feel free to watch this video. If you're watching for another person that you're asking about, and you're a cross watcher, that's great too. But let's look at fire signs for the week of March 13th, 2020, and your current energy. Okay. So I've pre-shuffled the piles, but I do not know what is under each pile. Ooh, I just felt my throat get kind of locked up there for a second. Let's see what's going on with your energy, fire signs. Oh, yep. Okay. So, fire signs, you've had some stuff going on. With the Nine of Swords and Nine of Cups, it feels like things are up, things are down, right? 1 minute feeling okay and feeling happy and hopeful about the future. The next minute just being like, holy shit, what is going on here? And so you might be experiencing some kind of ups and downs in your emotional and mental state. Your emotional state, you can have feelings of euphoria, feeling good, feeling like life is good, everything's good. But then at the same time, maybe within the same day, feeling like, oh, things are horrible and they're awful. And, you know, what is going on here? What's happening here? And so, and the Death card here is just confirming that there is some major shifts happening in you right now. And that's why you're going through these like violent, turbulent changes in mood and thoughts, right? And you might be keeping a very stoic face about it. With the Death card here, the Death card is Scorpio energy, and Scorpios are very deep feelers, but you can't always tell what's going on with them. And maybe you're keeping a good face about you, and kind of keeping everything under wraps, but internally things have been a bit crazy. And with this Nine of Cups here in the middle, I feel like you're wanting to clear situations out. Like, you know that situations need to be cleared, and that I think you feel like you should be feeling better. Like, look, I've got this and this and this and this. I should be feeling better, right? Like, why am I feeling so rotten? Or why am I feeling great, but then feeling off, right? So I think it's been confusing, and there is a deep change happening in your life right now. And it's hard to see what that is because it hasn't quite come through through the 3D yet. You know, it's still like manifesting its way towards you, and I think it's causing some unrest. And let's see what this situation is about. Ooh. Yeah, I definitely think this situation is something to do with your work, and the ups and downs that you're having at work. Like, you are in a phase of having to withdraw and be in solitude and surrender and wait for certain things. And you just want to be cut. It might not be work. This is a general reading, so it could be other situations, but you just want to be cut free from that. You don't want to have to wait around. You know, waiting is the hardest thing for fire signs too. Waiting around, slowing down, you know, going back, reviewing the details, looking at everything again. It's uncomfortable, you know, it's uncomfortable. And it's like you think that you're through something, but you're not. And then you got to go back to it, right? And that's not the most comfortable position to be in. And I get the feeling that it's irritating for you too. With the Star and the Chariot, it's like you don't want to wait anymore. You just want to move on in your own peace, your own serenity, and like you want to just break free with the Star and the Chariot. You literally want to cut ties from something and just break free from it. It could be a job that's become really lackluster. It's just become very like up and down for you. Like you don't know whether you're coming or going. So yeah, I feel like you are wanting to break free and that you're kind of annoyed with, you know, on one hand, I get the feeling that you think that, oh, it's good. It's good to slow down. It's good to stop. It's good to look at the details. It's good to pause. But there's another part of you that's very frustrated and annoyed with that and just wants to move on. So I think that's where you're seeing, that's where the energy is coming from that I looked at earlier. Oh, yeah. So we have a 5 and a 10. So comparison and harmony, right? So there's this, like, I feel like this harmony belongs underneath the Star card and the 9 of Cups, because there is a clear path here for you, fire signs, to have a much more pleasant experience with whatever you're doing here. And part of that is like, you know, getting out of the negative loop, thought loop with the 9 of Swords here. And, you know, maybe just getting to work and minding your own business and not comparing yourself against other people. There is a tendency, and that's where this could be coming from too, is you're not having a lot of peace and serenity because maybe you are comparing yourself to others in a negative way and saying, you know, I'm not where I want to be, and these people are ahead of me, and I feel like I'm stuck, and no matter how hard I work, nothing changes, and I want to be at a better place than what I'm at now. And you're comparing yourself to others, and it's making your mental energy very scattered. And you're like denying yourself the peace that you could actually be having and feeling. Okay, so share the love. I really feel that as like gratitude, right? If comparison, when we talk about comparison, it oftentimes is coupled up with envy. And the reason we feel envy is because, you know, we probably have some of those traits, right? If you admire somebody, share the love and tell them, and that will help some of that go away. The other thing is lining up under the Chariot here is seeker. So you are supposed to break out of this rut and be able to go and seek other things and other ways of thinking. She's also like meditating under a tree. Right, so this person, she has found, and it's also a 9, right? So this is the difference in the energy between the 9 of Swords, like, oh my God, what's happening? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Versus, you know what? I'm just gonna go sit under this tree. I'm gonna relax my mind. I'm gonna let myself just absorb my environment in a good way, in a positive and healthy way, right? So seeking out those moments of mental relief are going to be very important for you, fire signs. And for your other card here, it says phases and cycles, Freya. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released, right? So the Death card, right? And the Raven in the background. Illusions are revealed and released. Even if it's your own, you know, your own illusion about where you're at versus where other people are at. I get the feeling that you think that you are that you have to be like other people, and other people are like, they're just, maybe some of them are like far more boring than you, or they're not, they would rather conform, right? And you're kind of this unique person with the star at the center of the reading here. You're a very unique person. And I think you need to just really hold that as your truth, and understand that, you know, conforming was never really for you. If I look at Freya, you know, she's kind of a solitary figure, but she's so in tune with the cycles of life. She's an awesome witch, and so in tune with the cycles of life. So, you know, you're in a cycle right now with this energy, and I feel like you're going to come out of it. You've just gone through a phase. I feel like you've gone through a phase of difficult learning and being taken down a few notches and feeling like, you know, you're not as good, or you can't do it, or comparing yourself to others. And that phase is slowly, it's coming to an end finally. And we've got harmony and seeking here. Seeking harmony is what you're seeking, and to share the love. If there are people that are, you know, doing things that you admire, or you want to do more like that, tell them that, and tell them you admire what they're doing, and see how that helps you release some of these cycles, and also accept help, right? Accept help. So I'm going to pull a few more cards here. Okay, what is this about for the fire signs is what I asked, and I've got the 10 of Cups. So this is about your emotional satisfaction. This is about your willingness to be vulnerable and feel a part of something and feel a part of a group. This is about how, like, none of us exist in a vacuum, and how we need others in our lives to sort of, not for comparison, but to ground us in a reality, in a shared reality. When I see the 10 of Cups, I always think of a shared reality. It's a family enjoying a shared reality. And it doesn't have to be like, you know, it doesn't have to be your actual family, because not everyone has a great family. But, you know, who do you consider your tribe, and having a shared reality together that you can work through together and talk through together. Okay. I asked, why is this shared reality important for fire signs? And it says because of the King of Swords, right? So it's so that you have a lot of clarity in what you're saying and what you're thinking, and that you don't have this mental and emotional confusion locked up inside of you anymore. That's why, like, the emotional satisfaction is trying to come through, letting go of the comparisons, letting other people in, letting other people help you, seeking out the things that are good for you, right? So that you can speak clearly and think clearly in your life. I asked, what is important about the King of Swords? And I got the 7 of Cups. So the King of Swords is going to help you clarify your next phase and cycle and step that you need to take. And it might be away from certain situations and certain people that are not providing you a lot of peace and clarity, because it says illusions are revealed and released. With every ending, there is a new beginning. So you might need to step into this, like, emotional shared reality, so that you can know what's going on without a doubt and make an important decision about something. What is this decision about? So I pulled the 8 of Pentacles again. So I really see this as where do you want to put your energy, right? With the 8 of Pentacles, it's like We could work by ourselves. We could work with others. We can have a business partner. We could have our own business, right? How are we going to go about what we're doing? There's so many different ways that we can go about what we're doing. And right now, you're really trying to figure out, how should I go about my goals here? Because with the Eight of Pentacles, I always feel there's a level of maturity with the Eight of Pentacles that strives to come through. And there's definitely this sense of, the Seven of Pentacles is more about growth and waiting and the harvest. The Eight of Pentacles is already the harvest. You're already becoming very good at what you do. You're already becoming very, you do things with ease. They're not, you understand the process, the flow, how to get from A to Z very easily. You're not waiting on any more steps. You're just doing what you know how to do. And so you're wanting to get to that level of mastery with whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah, and I feel like, you've got the Three of Swords here. So you might be, diving into your work right now. Maybe you had something come up that was very emotionally challenging for you and really sent you into chaos mentally. Maybe it was a heartbreak, and that's why you've been vacillating back and forth between feeling good and not feeling, One thing I've noticed lately, you guys, is I've been having this too. It's like I get hot and cold randomly throughout the day. I'm not sick or anything, but I sometimes get really hot and then I'll get really cold, and it just keeps changing variously throughout the day. And, I myself have been through a major change emotionally right now in my life too. And I read something the other day that says that when that's happening to you and you're going through ups and downs like that and your temperature is changing, that you're reacclimating to like a new reality. And your body is reacting to that. You're acclimating to a new reality. Your body is reacting to that. So just keep that in mind and go easy on yourself, fire signs, as you're going through this new reality. I feel there's a lot of sadness here, that if there's been frustration, there's also about timing, etc. There's also been a lot of frustration and upset. And then, of course, we end on the Queen of Swords. So I feel like this is a good place to end. So I've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords here. So for not everybody's looking for a relationship. Not everyone's on that path. This could just be the joining of the masculine and the feminine, and just doubling your powers of clarity and cognition and really putting you on the right path and making great decisions. Or this could be like a match as well. So for you, fire signs, this could be like meeting your match. So more to come in the future on that, fire signs. I hope you enjoyed your reading. And at the very bottom of your deck here is the World card. So you're obviously coming into success and completing, like we said here, a major cycle. So keep the faith with me there, fire signs, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.